All right, so let's bring in another big macro market voice. You know him, Tom Lee, co-founder, head of research at Fundstrat. Tom, it's only one day. We get it. We're still, the bull market we heard earlier, still intact. But your take on today's move and what may lie ahead?
Well, Brian, it may be overdue to an extent. We've had a nice rise of 36% since the April lows, and I believe today's decline is the biggest in more than 6 months. But it's good to see the VIX spike. The VIX spiked at 1.29% today. That's the 51st largest ever spike in the VIX. So we're a top 1% move in sort of what I'd say the market seeking safety. And so I think it's a good flush that's happening today. I would like to say the market is, concerned, but as your other guests have said, especially Rick, I mean, unless there is a real structural change, this pullback is a buying opportunity.
Wow, 51st biggest move for the VIX. So why is it good that the VIX is responding? What does that signal?
It shows you that investors are seeking protection, and as you know, the VIX is a measure of expected volatility of the largest 100 stocks, and so a spike in the VIX is really a market saying, okay, I need to get out of everything, but I can't sell everything, so let me hedge it by buying volatility, and that is usually a sign of an interim low. I mean, I don't want to say I think markets are bottoming today, but we know that the forward returns are pretty good 1 month and even 1 week later. So I would say if someone says, are we higher a week from today? I'm going to say the odds are actually really good. We might even be 60 points higher.
Well, wow. But that's happened. That's what's been happening, as we talked about earlier in the show, Tom, that we've seen these buy the dip buyers come into the market. We get a day like today, the dip buyers come in, we're higher a week later. Do you expect that to happen again, absent some further escalation with China?
Yeah, I mean, anything's possible, Brian. And I think that the markets lived through this February to April, and it was a day by day panic, and maybe there's echoes of trauma people are thinking about, and we do know that this. These are important issues. So I wouldn't want to be glib in saying, hey, this is nothing because the market is making a big move. But to me, if I said, okay, what are the reasons stocks have been attractive for the past 12 months? It's been about the innovation coming from AI, and it's the innovation as Wall Street looks onto the blockchain. And now it's the Fed that's beginning an easing cycle. These three things have structural tailwinds that aren't disrupted because of potential even rare earth dispute with China.
Do you want to see the market not end on its lows? We're not on our lows right now.
Well, it's Friday, and it's a long weekend. So as you know, a lot of people like to shut down their computers. So I wouldn't be surprised if we might see the market close on its lows, but to me, I don't think it's a signal. As you know, markets rarely bottom on Fridays anyway, so maybe Monday is the flush, but then, that's the buying opportunity.